in so many major motion pictures. I don't think I was going to manage to get that one. That you can't really count. They are probably one of, if not the finest band in the United States of America, the Riverside City College All-Stars. A very good friend of London's New Year's Day Parade. He's a musical consultant to the event, and he's one of the guys who finds all the terrific bands that come and perform every year. It's Mr. Gary Locke, who's aided and abetted by Sheila Locke. Do you want to tell us some of the great things the band have done?
Well, they've done plenty, as you've already mentioned. The only band ever selected to be the lead unit in the Rose Parade, the Macy's Parade, and the Fiesta Bowl Parade, the Hollywood Christmas Parade, and the New Year's Day Parades in Paris and Rome, as well as London. But of course, often referred to, as you said, Hollywood's band. Some of those many motion pictures that they've been involved in. American Pie 2, Austin Powers, Princess Diaries 2, I know that was a favourite of yours, Bob, Coach Carter and the Gridiron Gang as well. We'll be playing Spider-Man's theme today. Paul Francis Webster and J. Robert Harris.
And they always put on a show. They're a real fantastic show band. Riverside City College All-Stars. And they really have been performing all day, because they were down here in the arena doing some preview stuff for us very early this morning. They're a very hard working band, just like the Commitments.
Star band always perform at a parade. Just that little dance, that shimmer, that swagger.
They really, they're a wow band, aren't they? They really are. They honestly deserve that title, Hollywood's band. They are terrific. Now, what's going to happen now is that the Riverside City College All-Stars are going to form up as the core band of the grand finale, and then the other school bands that will be joining them in the finale will come on from arena left and arena right. As they say, they'll come back from Parliament Square, and they'll come back from Whitehall and form this massive 700 or 800 piece marching band to perform the finale, which will be conducted by the highly acclaimed conductor Wayne Downey from the Marching Blue Devils. Very, very famous conductor. We're very, very lucky to have him to come and conduct this medley of bands for the grand finale.
How long do they have to prepare for this? Will these bands come together?
Well, it's incredible. They know that they've been chosen to be part of the finale back in the summer, and then the directors are sent the music by Gary Locke, who is the director of the Riverside City All-Stars and actually the director of the mass band. They sent the music sometime early in the autumn or the fall, and then what happens next is that they rehearse it individually and independently, and then they come into London and they have just one short, honestly, 1 hour rehearsal, and they did that last night up at one of the big hotels that the American groups are housed in, up at the Hilton in London Metropole in Edgware near Marble Arch. and they rehearsed for just 1 hour together, this fantastic finale. And it really is quite amazing that it can come together quite so well. Now, the medley of tunes they're going to play, I believe there's a little bit of Americana in there, quite fittingly, as you would expect. And then there's going to be something British, maybe relating to the 1960s. Could it be another opportunity to hear something from the Beatles? I wonder. And then probably something hugely patriotic and enormously British. But I don't really know, to tell you the truth, so it's going to be as much of a surprise for me as it is for you, Caroline.
So we're just watching the final few members of this parade. At the end of the parade is climax coming into the arena in front of us. We'll have cheerleaders, we'll have the band themselves, we'll have the colour guard to this, the finale to London's New Year's Day Parade 2014, the 28th edition. And boy, we're going to end it in some style.
We sure are. And just a reminder of the groups participating in this grand finale are Park Hill South High School from Missouri. They were the ones who came in with the train ahead of them. You remember them and the few explosions at the back end of that? They were terrific. And we've also got in the finale Santa Fe High School Marching Band from Edmond, Oklahoma, Pittsburgh from Pittsburgh, California, Lincoln Southwest from Nebraska. And they're joined by some dancers from Bartley Spirit from the National Dance Association. So here we go, the grand finale of NYDP 2014.
Way to end London's New Year's Day Parade 2014. Bob Bone, Executive Director of the parade. That one of the many highlights of what's been an incredible 28th year.
I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I really enjoyed it. Granted, I'm a very lucky person. I've been sitting in the dry all day, but I tell you what, when I talk to some of those participants later on today, which I will be doing, I'm absolutely certain that I'm going to hear from them that they really enjoyed every moment of it, despite the fact that the weather wasn't the greatest, wasn't the best we have to offer in the United Kingdom, wasn't the warmest of welcomes for our overseas guests, but it was a fantastic parade. The crowds were pretty much undiminished. Obviously, they're not going to stand around for all that long. Anyway, let's see what Sarah thought about the whole thing with her guests.
And here I've got some of the varsity dancers. Now, you were taking part in the finale, weren't you? Your colleagues were. How have you enjoyed the whole parade today?
It was absolutely amazing, a completely wonderful experience for all of us, and it was just a great opportunity.
Now, you're different to cheerleaders, aren't you? What's the difference between